Howdy, y'all. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Michael Reitza. Michael Bird. How are you guys? See if I can join my own live stream here. Can I? Heck with it. I'm here. Hope you guys are doing well. I printed a few things. So one of them being this cool looking ashtray. Hi, Paul McNeil. I thought that was pretty cool. It was a 15.5 hour print. Glad everybody's doing well. Paul, Mike. Printed some RC related stuff too. Got a pair of wheel chocks for in the van. They fit the tires on the RV8 just perfectly. And I don't have the guy's name who did the design and left it out there free to print for everyone, but there it is. He offers two other sizes that are smaller, and I think I'm going to print some of those too. Let's see. I guess I need to start a multiplayer. Let me start up Real Flight. I didn't do that yet. Sorry about that. Now we're up. There we go. Okay. Just got your van going. That's awesome, Paul. Hopefully it was an easy fix. Hopefully your friend came over and helped you. Hi, Chris. CTRC. The Ultimate is a good deal. $249. Hi, Lori. Glad everyone's here. Thank you, thank you. So here's something else I just pulled off the printer bed. Still needs some paint, you know. That's one thing about this printer versus like the one Ryan has. Ryan could do multicolors. This one just does one. So lots going on in the world. What do you want to talk about? Not much going on, really, right? I do, Mike Bird. I do have a PayPal. Hey, looks like Chris jumped in. Let's follow him around for a little bit. Thank you for jumping in and flying, Chris. Woohoo! Right to the knife edge. Great deal. I guess I could get rid of the little toolbar on the side. Okay. Mike Bird, I'll send it to you on Messenger. Would that be okay? I don't know it right offhand. I know it's under my email, but I'll get that to you. I should write that down, huh? Let me do that. And then you can delete it. Okay. I got that written down, Mike Bird. If you wanted to take that off of there, fine with me. Oh no, Mike Bird, you don't have to do that, sir. You don't have to do that. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm not looking for anything like that. I appreciate you, Mike. You know, that's a great offer. And I'll send you a message on Messenger, okay? Hi, Terry. Hi, Litz. Hope you're doing well. Going camping? That's awesome. That's awesome. It's a great time to go camping and get the heck out of Dodge, if you live in Dodge. Hopefully you're going to the mountains. That's where I'd be going. I get tired of looking at the desert. So a few more of you are in here now, so I've been printing away little things here and there. I got some tire chocks for the RV8. They fit on the tires perfectly. Mike Bird, I'll send you a message, okay? I printed this to hold my phone. It's got a little hole so you can charge it from below. And, I have one of those magnet deals on my phone. And it's kind of a pain. It doesn't work all the time. My phone will fall off, so I'm going to get some double-sided tape and put this on the dash. And then I don't have to use my cup holder. You're welcome, Mike Bird. Thank you so much. Best time of year. It is a great time of year, isn't it, Paul? I'm only a few weeks away. And it'll be a very good time. Hi, Philip. Hope you're doing well. Glad you're here. Oh, very nice. Cooperstown. Well, I hope you have a great time. That's going to be nice. You're going to hopefully do a little video. Some of those kind of places, they won't let you film inside or whatever, being privately owned. But yeah, I hope you have a great time. That'll be awesome. Nice. Glad you're going to be able to go out and fly, Philip. It's always a good time to get out and fly. Looks like you just go kind of out on a back road somewhere and let her rip. I love doing that back in the day. Unfortunately, there's not anywhere close like that around here. The field's just across the highway, so I'll go there. Very cool. Pulling a camp trailer or camper on your truck or oh, Philip, yeah, I think today was the last 100. It was only 100 today, and it's only about 90 right now. And yes, sir, Mike Bird. He was. Temps are only going to go down from here, so woohoo! I'm ready for some cooler weather. Wow. Although we didn't beat many records, but there were a few days where we got hotter than normal, hotter than average. Very good. We had a little rain last night, and it was cloudy most of the day, but it's cleared out. It's been windy all day. Very cool. That's cool. That's I when people make decisions to get an RV, something you have to license and register and put 6+ tires on, and they can become a nightmare of expenses. It's not too bad. You know, it can be hotter. Nice, Paul. Well, I hope you have fun on Saturday in Tennessee. That that'll be a really nice meet to go to. I'm sure there's going to be lots of attendees. Hi, Mountain RC. How are you, sir? That's nice, Chris. Lake cabin. Off of which lake? I know there's 100 or plus up there. Little rivers. I wish you the best of time. Yeah, I might be about the same distance away from my field. Maybe 6. But when people fly there, I could see them from my house. That's kind of how close I am. Junior Lake, part of the Grand Lake stream. Okay. Very cool. Well, I'm sure they have a nice little cove that you can camp right there and take off from. And do you take the tennis ball on the end of a fishing pole? Or do you have a boat? Or hopefully somebody out there has a boat, just in case. Oh, very cool. 1 year. That's awesome. It's really not the duration of the time, you know. It's the dedication to stick with it, and you know, make it work through thick and thin, through good and bad, and everything else. Oh, great. Are you able to haul 2 trailers? I know some states allow that. We don't. You can hook up a 5th wheel and then have a boat behind that. And that is kind of a triple long. But you can't have a trailer hauling a trailer. EJ74. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. That sounds like a great time, Lori. Glad you guys are able to do that. How you doing, Spencer? Your CPU finally totally shit the bed, huh? Well, that sucks. Yeah, everything's going great, EJ. You got I got a new little toy. I bought a printer, an Elegoo, and I printed this last night. First bigger piece, ashtray for the buds. Hee hee. Hi, Jeff in Lower Alabama. Hope you're doing well, sir. Glad to see you. Yeah, see, you know, every time I go to the field, if I try and push it, if it doesn't feel right, like, you know, just stuff isn't going right. You know, I forgot to do something. You know, just whatever it is. If I don't feel good, doesn't feel right, I won't fly. I won't do it. I won't push it. Every time I do, I crash. So, oh boy, Lori, I'm sure that Chris saw that the Decathlon is on sale even more, or was that the plug and play one? I can't remember which version that was, but it looked like it went down in price again to like $230. Wow. I suspect that the prices are just going to continue to go down as we get closer to the end of the year. You know, companies are going to want to make their sale numbers. 2 trailers in Mississippi. Sounds like something I would see in Mississippi. Just kidding, Pa. Yes, all the states are different. Yeah, I'm really glad you had a successful flight, Chris. It sure does look like it's a well flying machine. Oh my goodness, Mike Bird. I'll, I'll message you in the morning. It is morning for you. I appreciate you, Mike. You know, when you're able to do something good for someone else, something nice for someone else, it does give you a feeling inside that it feels like nothing else. Um, Almost like you're beaming. And I appreciate that. I know I've had that feeling before. I've been able to help out people and make them happy like that. It's all good. Jeff, did you see my prints? Were you here to see my 3D prints I did? I let the machine run for about maybe 7 hours today. Hi, Keith Christie. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you being here, Keith. Yeah, I'm having fun with it, and I know Fred bought one through Ryan's link last night, and he's gonna have a ball. It is so fun, and you know the Maker World stuff. If you ever just go and poke around on Maker World, you know, all one word, just 3D downloads. You can put them right on a flash drive and put them in this machine, or it can be hooked up, hardwired right to the computer. I'm not going to do that. Today I ordered a tent to put it in, and I ordered a couple more spools of the Rapid PLA Plus. So after I get that, I'm going to put it outside, because the little desk here kind of moves just a little bit more than I would like. So, and plus it's kind of noisy. I was really hoping the print I was doing was going to finish before 6:30. And it did. It finished about 5:10 or so. But yeah. Good deal. Hey, Victor. Hope you're doing well. Well, I think I saw Victor jump in the room to fly. So let's turn it to Victor and watch him for a little bit. I appreciate you guys flying. So I don't know what to think about this. Somebody trying to unalive Trump again. That I'm just baffled. I don't get it. He's either going to be the most loved man in America or the most hated. Take your pick. But what's been going on is not cool. Woohoo! Nice axial roll there, Victor. Hi, JCB. Hope you're doing well, Jim. Appreciate you stopping in. Here we go. Get rid of the toolbar on the side there. Well, hopefully y'all had a good Monday. I did. That thing just floats, Victor. Right on the edge of stalling, it looked like. Oh, very nice, Keith. From Legend. Which one did you get? T28? Ordered it May 22nd. Wow. Well, good things take time. That's all I gotta say. Hopefully it's all that it's worked up to be. That's an excellent choice. Man, the Super Chipmunk is such a great flying plane. Glad my audio is working tonight. Didn't have another blunder like a couple weeks ago. Good flying, Victor. So you're going to have it put together and ready to go for this coming weekend, right, Keith? Mike Bird, I believe I do. I have a variety of 3S and 4S packs from 2200 to 2600 to 3200. Even a 4,000 pack, but that's probably too heavy for that. Maybe the 3200s are even too heavy. But I do. Oh boy. That's true. You don't want to have one of those winter projects. There we go, Victor. I believe you're right there, Mike Bird. Even if it wasn't, I have a receiver. I think I have a couple extra laying around. Oh, I understand, Keith. I have a few projects in the works that are quarter of the way done, a third of the way done, half the way done, just taken out of the box barely. And you know what? If you're not careful, that could be disastrous. I'll tell you what. I had the cadet Senorita on the bench back here for a while, and I put the plans down for the fuselage. I already finished most of the wing, and then it sat there, and pieces kind of got pushed off to the back, and yeah, got to take care of that and make sure you put it in the box. I cleaned it up, got it put away, but yeah. Maybe next week, drag the bench in front of me and glue some balsa together. Sound like something fun to do? Better, better for me. At least I get something done. Maybe we'll do that. That way you guys can fly and I can work on an airplane. I promise I won't balance any props. And if I do a concrete, I'll keep it to myself. And if Hangar 51's out there, I love you, buddy. I appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. Woohoo. Keith, Keith, and I'm sure all of you remember back in the day when Kenny was just in the little shed and how all the boxes and cars behind him and everything piled up, and he was just in there with his bench in front of him. Now he got this great big shop and he filled it all the way. Hits from the bong. Yeah, no kidding. So, speaking of that, Paul McNeil, I put the sticker on, and Fred let us all know in the Zoom that that is the Fabulous Freak Brothers and Freddy's cat from the comic book 1971. So woo, and it's clean. I didn't use it today, and I appreciate that sticker, Paul. That's awesome. Oh, Mike Bird, I've been worried about what's over here for a little bit. It started to fade off and not look so good, and didn't look like it was doing very well. The past few days, week, oh boy, it's really cranking on the size. The crystals, it's getting nice. Won't be long. Wait till I got a mostly cloudy and a little bit of amber, and then it'll be time for chop chop. Victor, awesome flying. Let's give Chris some screen time now. I appreciate you guys flying. There we go. Terry, thank you, sir. Have a great time camping, and we'll see you next time. I appreciate you stopping in, sir. Be careful out there. Check your tire pressure. Nice, Philip. Oh boy, Mike. Yeah, that can be tough. Because that means you could be out of product. I hope not. I know here, if I'm unsuccessful in growing, I could just go buy something, and it's usually okay. But for goodness sakes, man, I really hate spending money on that when I could just grow it myself and completely happy with whatever I get. Might not be the best, but it works. Great flying, Chris. There you go, Mike. I dug through the freezer today and got out another bag, and it was surprisingly good. Well, Mike Bird, sometimes it feels good to downsize a little bit, clear out. I know my wife and I have been doing that a little bit, and it feels good. It feels good when you clean out, get rid of stuff that you haven't looked at in more than 2 years. Nice, Paul. I'm glad. There you go, Mike. That's all that matters around here. You know, I spent a little money on the printer. That was kind of Ryan's fault, really. I'll blame him, you know, as much as I can. Not blame myself. No, I blame myself. But I'm having a great time with it. When I saw how excited he got and how much he was looking forward to printing RC bodies, and wow, the stuff he's doing, impressive. Him, Kelly, they're talented guys. The only thing I kind of regret, is not maybe not getting a better one, but I think when you compare apples to oranges, because there is a great difference in the prices of these things. The one Ryan got was a very nice machine, and I think I believe the one Ryan got has a 220 by 220 print bed, and mine is a little bit bigger. It's 330 by 330 by 380. Philip, I already sold my truck to Paul McNeil, and that was just one vehicle I did not need. I really did like it. It's a great truck. It ran beautiful, and I'm sure Paul McNeil's going to keep it up, and you know. Keith, I would go visit it and start it up and hear it purr and give it a little polish. I certainly would. Well, I don't quite feel like I live in the sticks, but I kind of do live in the sticks. And I have a little 12 by 20, just call it a storage room. I think I'm going to bust it out and make it a 20 by 20. I'm going to add 8 foot to the one side. And I have a covered parking, corrugated metal, 4x4 metal post, purlins, all that, all welded together. I built it myself. Turned out pretty well. And then on either side of that, upright 20 by 40 parking area, I have a 20-foot container on either side, kind of blocking the ends. The Fiat 500, yeah, the Arbath is really cool car. I wouldn't say it's a sports car, but it's cute and it's sporty. I would drive it. Let's switch to Victor. Chris is taking a break. You know what, Paul? There's a lot of things I can print on there, and there are a set of tracks that you can print. I was gonna do an articulated skeleton. I was kind of looking up Halloween stuff, and it, it it didn't have very good reviews. Once you try and undo it from the print bed, people have commented that it breaks apart really easy, doesn't stay together, so I didn't print that one. Guys, I gotta get a drink, okay? I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Where are they gonna go?
Okay, thank you. Phil. Yeah, you can hear my cat. Mike Bird. I'm sure you can print anything you like. I don't think my printer prints as many types of filament than that Bamboo Labs one does. But I really can't think of anything where I would need to print, metal, or I'm not going to make an articulated octopus. Did y'all see the fire in Texas? I'm sure you did. Somewhere near Houston. Looked pretty severe. I was watching it for a little bit today, and I thought to myself, where's John Wayne when you need him? Because I remember those old movies from the 60s with John Wayne. He's an oil rig hand, out there, be out there fighting those fires, stopping those oil wells on fire. Hi, Fred. Appreciate you, Fred. We'll see you in a little bit. Yeah, it looked pretty bad. The Duke. Speak of the Duke and John Wayne, and then Fred shows up. What do you know? 256 print bed. That's very close to what I have. I'm really happy for you, Fred. You're gonna have a blast. I've been printing stuff all day. The machine probably ran 7 8 hours. Kenny, Kenny, hi Kenny. What you been up to, my friend? We've been playing with printers around here. I printed myself some wheel chocks. That way, when I carry my RV8 in the van, it stopped rolling around, breaking the dang tail. Woohoo! Low pass Victor. Nice to see you, Kenny. Glad you're here, my friend. You know, Philip, I've been using a 2x4, right? Just stuck in front of and behind the wheels. And I had Maker World open today, and the guy has 3 different sizes on there. So I printed these, and although they don't fit the Husky, the tires are a little too big, but they fit on the RV8 perfectly. That's a great idea too. What I should do is just cover all my edges of my wings and tail with pool noodles so it'll stop getting beat up. That's great, Kenny. I hope you got to take all your favorite planes. And I hope your Avalanche is running good. Haven't heard an update or anything, but I think I saw it in the background of a couple of Lewis's videos. So, look like you're still driving it. That's awesome. You're awesome, Paul. That's great, Kenny. Glad to hear it. It has a 5.3 in it, right? Well, let's watch Fred fly for a little bit. Appreciate you coming in to fly, Fred. Glad you get an opportunity to fly finally. Hosted the real flight, Monday night real flight for a long time, and you never did fly, so glad you're here. Nice choice, too. Woohoo! That's great, Kenny. Yeah, the 5.3 is a great motor. I mean, that Avalanche, it's a beast of a truck. It what does it weigh? 6,000 pounds, maybe close. Great flying, Fred. Nice slow flight. A little bit of a high alpha. Woohoo! You had a little issue with my van, Kenny. I couldn't get it to pass emissions for a week. Turned out it was just a damn fuse. Fuse for the OBD port. The funny thing was, they kept telling me that the cigarette lighter wouldn't work if the fuse was blown. Well, the cigarette lighter does work if the fuse is blown. So, yeah, you like your little Mustang, Philip. My wife's cousin wanted to trade me for my 66 Ford truck. He had a 95 GTS, red with red interior, 5.0. It's last year for the 5.0. Manual, had big old meats underneath of it. Some, I don't know, I think he called it stage 2 suspension, or I don't really remember. But it was a fast car. Woo-hoo. Same guy, Paul, he had a 2008 Roush Mustang supercharged, the P51 edition, and it was one of 51 cars that was built. And he bought it kind of as an investment, and then he ended up putting too many miles on it, right? It was a fun car, and had some unfortunate things happen to it, and then sold it for kind of a loss. But he had fun. I guess when the back tires break loose on one of those supercharged Mustangs, things get crazy in half a second. That is a good thing, Mike Bird. It would be fun to have a right-hand drive car. I'll be back. Okay, Fred. No rush. We'll rotate back up here to the top and stick it on Chris. If Chris is flying. We'll leave it there for a minute. See if Chris is flying. If not, I'll kick it over to Victor. I appreciate you guys taking the time to get some flights in. There we go. Yeah, there's a few cars from Australia I would like to get, Mike Bird. A Ute. Get a Holden Ute. Woohoo! Nice flying, Chris. So anyone have new projects on the bench? Something you need to fix? That's cool. That's cool, Philip. I'm certainly glad and grateful that I was able to grow up in a time when the cool cars existed. And my very first car was a 65 El Camino with a 327, 3-speed on the column. It was fun. I cut the single exhaust off of it right underneath the seat and put two of those woodpecker mufflers on there. Thrush mufflers. Oh God, it was so loud. But I've had about 15 of these old 61 to 66 trucks on the Ford F100s and F250s. It had an old Econo. Well, I had a couple of old Econoline pickups too. They're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun to drive. Most of them are 3 speeds on the column too. Very rare to have one of those be an automatic unless it's the newer ones. Oh, Mike Bird. Those are probably two of the best ones to keep out, just to go to the park and have a good time. Well, I appreciate you flying, Chris. Let's watch Victor bounce down the runway. Mike Bird, that was the Ultrix that you brought out here, right, Paul McNeil? That thing, definitely a fun little flyer. Gonna buy a 500D helicopter. Oh, that was pretty cool, Victor. I've never seen anybody hook the windsock pole and then just fly around it a couple times and take off again. Bet you can't do that again. Okay, well, here we go. Almost. Do you get a chance now and then to go fly at night, Mike Bird? Off in the early morning or something? Sunrise, sunset? I really enjoy flying at night. We used to go and just buy all the glow sticks we could at the store and go out for a whole night and fly. Tape them with clear tape to the balsa planes. Definitely is fun. Hopefully Sherman's doing well tonight or this morning. I haven't seen Michael Bear in the room yet, but I hope he's doing well. He's probably taking some passengers here and there and everywhere. Can you fit all 16 in the car, Philip? I mean, I have a van, so I've taken the RV8, the Husky, the Consundo, and what else did I take? The T28 Trojan 1.2. Took all those, and I took them with the wings all together, except for the RV8. That one I have to take the wings off of. Oh, I don't think it's going to be long, Mike Bird. It's going to go by so fast. Before you know it, you'll be looking for a place in Florida. So, Mike Bird, if you do move here, you're going to import your cars? your motorcycle? Or would you just sell them there? Good deal. Well, they might be worth more over here, being that the steering's on the wrong side, than they are over there, depending. It's hard to find right hand drives here. Philip, I feel your pain. I got to go from this little room here where they're all hanging on the ceiling through the hallway and then make a sharp 150-degree turn to get to the outside door. And that little turn, if you're not careful, it will beat your plane right up. 640 helicopter sounds pretty big, Paul. Are these all 6S? A big truck. What kind of big truck would you get, Mike? I have a friend, Bob, that he was in the Air Force and he was a mechanic and he was in the UK for 20 plus years. And he had two vehicles shipped over there. 67 Mustang convertible, white with blue stripe. Oh, it was a pretty car. And a 65 Falcon two-door. A Ford. Well, the little tiny truck, Ford F-150 with a Coyote engine, with the upgraded supercharger, you cannot beat that. Hey, it says Kenny entered. Let's watch Kenny fly. I appreciate you, Kenny. Ford Lightning. They don't even have to be the Lightning. You can order them just the plain Jane truck and have the supercharger installed on them. And they warranty it. And I think it's about 9 or 10 grand extra, but you gain a lot of horsepower. Instant take it to the track and have fun truck. But be careful. If you watch any of those Cletus or some other people that go out and race these brand new vehicles, you can break them. Nice, Kenny. Coming in here, showing us how it's done. I appreciate you. Well, Mike Bird, look up Lake Havasu. It's in Arizona. Was started by the McCulloch family, McCulloch chainsaws. It's right along the Colorado River. It's a pretty cool little town. You'd feel right at home. They have the London Bridge there. They always do a boat tour under the bridge. It's kind of like a canal they cut out of the river. And some of the speedboats, some of the boats that go through there, it's crazy. Some people have as much money in a boat as people do in a house. God bless them. If it weren't for rich people, I wouldn't have any houses to paint. Because rich people are the ones that call me and say, hey, come and paint my house. So, I appreciate them. They're not all bad. Very nice, Kenny. Bust out another 1,000. That's exactly right, Jim. That was the best day of my life when I bought a boat. And then the best day when I sold it, too. But I actually did pretty well. I've had a couple of project boats that I bought in the past. You know, not like trucks, I mean. But I saw a boat on Marketplace for $1,500 with a brand new Merc 25 on it. Only been started a couple times, and the boat hull was a little bit rough, but I went and picked this thing up for $1,500 and cleaned it up and polished it and painted it, and I was able to almost triple my money. So well, it depends on the year, Lori. They had a Ford Lightning in '93, and then in 2003 that they made for a few years. Two different body styles that were called the Lightning, and they were a supercharged truck. And the new ones are electric, right? Just like the Mustang, the Mach E Mustang. We were walking through the parking lot, and I told my wife, I said, "Can you believe that's a Mustang?" It didn't look anything like a Mustang. It looked like a bulky foreign car, you know. There you go, Kenny. Well, I've been to the Grand Canyon, but we didn't go to the London Bridge. They used to have a hobby shop in Lake Havasu, and the guy that owned it was the designer of the Chaos. Joe Birdie, I believe was his name. It's not a Mustang. You're right, Philip. It doesn't look anything like a Mustang. I'm not sure that I would own an electric vehicle, but I do understand that used car prices for Teslas are really, really getting down there. So, I mean, if you had a use for an electric vehicle, but you didn't go very far in. uh, Fred, those don't count. Well, they do, I guess. Hey, there you guys go. We got a hover off contest here going. You guys are awesome, man. Yeah, Lori, you have a nice truck. I would drive that truck all day, all night. Heck, I'd go see my buddy Greg in Maine in it. The 5.4 is a Triton. Even my 4.6 is a Triton motor. In my van, it's a 2002. Nice, Fred. Bill is the 5.4 Ford V8, the Triton. And that's not what I asked, Bill. Okay, I'm confused. Maybe I missed one. No spark truck for me, huh? No electric truck. Well, you live in the boonies, Paul, so that's really not going to work for you. Rural Mississippi, that's not the best area to have an electric truck. For me, it might actually work for me. I try never to go more than, 30 miles one way to go to work. Try and keep it really local now. I agree, Lori. The 5.0 Coyote is an excellent platform. And they just came out in 2024 with the fourth generation of the Coyote, and it'll probably be the last one. They'll probably make something else that's going to be even better. Nice 4-point axial roll, Kenny. Lori, they're gonna do it. And not in my wildest dreams did I think vehicles would ever become this complicated, this really this nice. You have to look back to when we were kids. Cars were a point A to B kind of just tool, and heated seats, heated mirrors, you know, blow smoke up your butt. They do it all. They are. Mountain RC, what part of Utah do you live in? I was able to go through Utah in the 80s. Took a trip, went, from Salt Lake down all the way through. Through Page down into Arizona. That was a beautiful trip. Lori, I have the mold trucks, right? And to have a 5.0 Coyote, even a first gen, you know, 2016, 17, 18, I think they were, before they went to the second gen. I think 18 is second gen. But, man, that would just wake that truck right up. You wouldn't know what to do with all the power. That's an awesome photo, Fred. Beautiful dog, too. That's beautiful. Great. Beautiful dog. Oh, Mike Bird, everybody here has a truck. It's like you can't live without a truck. I drove a truck for a long time. And I will again. But for what I do, my van works out really well. And if Borhog and Randy was here, he'd be saying, it's Bill in his white van out in the desert with a shovel. I miss that guy. That's a good. That's a good truck. Their 2001 F-150, Lori. They've started making that body style in 97, 98. And although the Triton, it wasn't the best engine, it had a lot of issues. Um, so did the 4.2, the V6. It was actually kind of known as a rod bender motor. If you hydraulic it, it'd lock it right up. Looks like Kenny and Victor are having fun. Yeah, it's a beautiful state. Well, Lori, Chris, I know it's coming up soon, and congratulations on 1 year. That is a milestone nowadays, and before you know it, it's going to be 10. I could tell, Chris. Very cool. Well, I can tell you guys make a great couple. Holy cow, Kenny. Mr. Flat Turn over the runway. Guys, I gotta get another drink and probably lose some of it. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Thank you. There is something about the number 3. Things happen in threes sometimes, or third times. Let's see. Chris is not flying. Victor's sitting on the field. Fred's sitting there. Well, we'll watch Kenny. I appreciate you, Kenny. Glad you're here to fly. Full moon tomorrow. Keep the werewolves away. That was one movie I saw in the theater. Remember that movie, An American Werewolf in London? That movie had some pretty good effects back in the day. The guy was turning into a werewolf. That was pretty cool. Yes, it does. That explains it a lot, huh? Today was also the day that the Mayflower set sail from England. Started the journey with 102 passengers and 30 some odd crewmen to come in 1620 to come and find America. Oh man. I'm not sure about that, Mike Bird, but it's a good movie. Well, that's one drug that I've only done a couple times, Mike Bird, and I doubt I would do that one or LSD. I wouldn't do that one again. Well, maybe if I was in my 20s again, right? But now, no. I'm smarter than that now. Woohoo, Kenny. You know, Victor, it's been that way around here. Allergy season, all the winds kicked up. It's dry, or it's been dry. Allergies have been horrible. That sounds like fun, Mike. I know you have to be very careful doing that. Some of them can be poisonous. Just mess your day all up. And they won't even have any psilocybin in them. That's cool. So it's a harvest moon this tomorrow night. Psilocybin. That's right. That's okay. I know what you mean. Mike Bird, have you ever seen some of the videos of the mushroom growers? How they do that? That's an interesting process. And that guy Jeremy from Build a Soil actually sells the blocks with all the microorganisms in it ready to go. You just put it in a closet, poke holes in it, and it will grow mushrooms for you. Now, these are the mushrooms you can just eat with your salad, of course, right? Not any that are good for you or, will make you have a good time. We've got like a ballet going here in the air. I appreciate you guys flying. I really do. And it looks like Fred's flying, so let's watch Fred cutting up the sky with a F-14. Well, that's very cool, Philip. I mean, it's just like anything else. Once you learn the process, have it down, boy, you know, it seems like it's a lot of work, but you know, there are harder jobs out there, and you could be a butcher. I can imagine that job's a hard job. It's kind of funny, the Brady Bunch. They had a Sam the Butcher. Well, our small town where I grew up, we had a Sam the Butcher too. It was kind of a funny joke back then. So, Paul McNeil, there is a bicycle race in California called the Double Heartbreak, and it's back to back days, 100 miles each day. I don't know who could do that. You have to be very fit, conditioned. We have the race in November here in Tucson. It's a big bicycle race, 112 miles. Um, Tucson's a real friendly bicycle community, but don't go out at night without any blinkers or headlights or reflectors, because you'll get harassed right away. I live, kind of rural where there's not a lot of lights, for street lights. And there are some of these guys around here that ride bicycles with nothing on them. You just about run them over before you see them. Well, Mike Bird, they can't charge their taxes on it. Oh my goodness, Philip. Oh my goodness. Hillbilly, that Kentucky, that's where Greg Rowan lives. I don't think he's really hillbilly, but he lives in northern Kentucky. Chris, thank you, sir, for staying and flying. I appreciate it. Lori, if you're taking off too, you guys have a great night. Have a great time at the cabin. That's coming up sometime soon, so have a great night, guys. Good night, Lori. Good night, Chris. You're welcome, Fred. Thank you for flying, sir. I appreciate it. That you were in here late. Did I show you the skull? The skull I printed. Pretty cool, huh? Turned out 15 hours. I printed a few other things. Having a good time with it. I don't regret it at all. Thank you, Fred, for taking off. Have a great night. Let's see. Looks like Kenny is still flying. Put it back on Kenny. I appreciate you, Kenny. Well, dang it. Really? From the lowest point to the highest point. I'll have to look that one up. I would have thought that might be in a good place to do that would be Colorado. Mike Bird, I love you, man. I'll send you a link, okay? I appreciate you. That's a very kind gesture. And after the show tonight or in the morning, I'll message you, okay? Yeah, I think I'd still be riding a bike if I wouldn't have broke my cheekbone right here in 3 places. Hey, Roy! How you doing, Roy? I appreciate you stopping in. Mike Bird, thank you. Now this show would be nothing without you guys. I'd be sitting here looking at myself. So I appreciate you guys coming around and flying. I know I enjoy it. When Fred would do the show and I would fly, it's a lot of fun. How is Washington treating you today, Roy? Hopefully the concrete's setting up nice for you. Hopefully you're laying down all those curb checks for people. Okay, dang it. I can't resist anymore. I gotta have this crackle. I've been staring at it for like an hour and a half. That was good. Kenny, you're having back surgery on the 25th. You are definitely in my prayers. I hope everything goes well for you. And I'm sure you're going to be okay. Lots of good doctors out there. Is it to your lower back, Kenny? Today was a service the $75,000 machine today. You forgot to add the $75,000 part because those machines are not cheap. And so I don't blame you for doing the maintenance to it. Lower left. Kenny, I hope everything's going to be alright for you, man. Woohoo! Okay, never mind. Dang. I was a little off there, I guess, huh? You know, I have a friend, Rodney, that's a concrete pumper. And just his little pumper truck, well, he's got a flatbed, dual cab set up with about, 400 feet of Anaconda hose on it. And a pumper machine, pretty big one. And he makes money hand over fist with that thing. He's always dragging that hose out. That's great, Kenny. That's really going to help. I really haven't given an update on my son, but he's going to have some procedures on the 18th, this Wednesday, and then he has another doctor's appointment on Friday. Hopefully they're going to release him and let him go back to work. I hope they do. Kenny, I felt great. I lost a lot of weight. Went from almost 300 down to below 220. And now I'm gained a bunch, right? I've probably put on 25 since then. Gone pushing 250, and I didn't eat lunch today because it's good to feel your stomach growl, and just know that it's gonna work if you go without a portion now and then. Yeah, that's true, Kenny. Well, I'm glad you stopped in, Roy. Hopefully you've seen GB recently, or John. Haven't seen a video from them guys in a week or two. Hopefully they're doing well. And we haven't seen Christy in the Zooms lately. So I hope she's doing well. And I really hope that you're all doing well. It's been tough, Roy. I'm glad I lost weight when I did, because I think if I would have waited, there'd be no way I could get it off. Not a chance. Well, we'll watch Victor for the last few minutes here. Oh, very cool, Mike Bird. Well, I think there'll be one tomorrow night, then one Friday, and possibly Saturday. So whenever you want to stop in. Very nice. Nice, Roy. Well, when you see him, wish him the best. It was Bill Flynn's birthday yesterday, or a couple days ago, maybe. So it was happy birthday to the other Wild Bill. And it was really funny when I popped in, to all these live streams and Zooms about the time that GB and Wild Bill had that ruckus of a show. Some of you probably remember that. But yeah, after that, everybody was like, "Hey, Wild Bill!" They thought I was him for a while. I hear crickets in the other part of the house now. Sounds like the wife went to bed. Mike Bird, I will see if I can figure out how to do that. Oh, GB was, and Bill too. Bill Flynn was pretty gone too. I even remember when him and John were drinking. Uh, there's a lot of good live streams that happened that don't anymore. Yeah. Well, guys, it's been a couple hours already. I'm having fun, but I got to get things going for tomorrow. I got to get out and check the gate before the cameras come on and all that kind of stuff. So I just want to tell you guys I love you. I wish you the best. Have a great time. Have a great week. Right? And we'll see you next Monday at 6:30. Take care, guys. I appreciate you all. Have a good one, okay?